Hey there viewers, it's Charlie, I'm back again, and well, if you remember my previous review, I did Beast Wars Optimus Primal. Well, today, I'm going to move from Beast Wars to Combiner Wars. And today's video will be on Combiner Wars Hotspots. So, yeah, hotspot here is, Cyan Fire Engine. Yeah, there's not really much to say about this, so let's just move on to 360. Here it says Fire Rescue, and you got a little Autobot sigil on fire. This bit is rather flat, and yes, you can see the robot head. Got bits of detailing here, like hose reeling, it looks like. Same details on the other side and the top. And it actually has these gaps here. I have no idea why it has these gaps. I mean, seriously, it's like it plays nothing into any of his modes. So, why is it that? It should have just been a solid piece. But anyways, before we move on to anything else, I need to introduce this collector card. So yeah, this card actually came with hotspots. So if you want to put this in your Pokemon card collection or anything, I guess this can technically count as a precursor to that Transformers trading card game that's going on right now. If anything, I think that card might be using the same artwork as this, I'm not sure. But this hotspot is not the same figure as that hotspot. This hotspot is based on a recolor of an Inferno toy. And I have no idea who he's holding. It looks like Rewind there. But I think the back is a little card. Doesn't matter, it's just cardboard. Who cares about cardboard? But we also have his weaponry. Yes, hotspot comes with these two little guns, and they can combine to form this huge long gun. And I suppose if you want, you can just put it on there. But there are ports on the fire engine for you to put it on. There's ports here. There's ports here. I think there could be like ports in the fire engine, in the top bit. Yes, there is. So if I just put these in, hopefully these could count as water shooting nozzles if he needs to put out a fire. They can plug into these black wing things here. Come on, come off. There we go, and they can also plug into here, which is my preferred way to display this guy with weapons on. So yeah, a rescue vehicle that rescues you from being alive. Joking, of course this is an Autobot, so of course he's using it against the Decepticons, but yeah, that pretty much does it for his vehicle mode. I don't have any comparisons with this guy. I don't have G1 hotspot. I don't have the Universe hotspot. So I'm just not going to do any comparisons. I'm not going to do a comparison with it. I'm not doing a comparison with G1 Inferno. I know they're both fire trucks, but come on. Comparing the 80s with the 2010s, I only do that if it's like the same figure. If this was an Inferno, I would do a comparison. I say that because this guy was recolored into Inferno in the Power of the Primes toy line. I don't have that, but let's just get on with this guy's transformation. Now, to get started, what we'll do is we'll take these back bits, take the ladder and just move that, like so, and then move that. If you can see how that works. Pretty much, what you do is you move out on this big black thing here, and then you just move on the ladder itself, and those will tab in there. And then what we'll do is we'll turn that around Yeah. Split that. I moved those and those ratchet joints. We'll split the legs, according them down, and what you have to do is, if you want this guy to have a double knee joint, then go ahead, but really, if you can see, it's supposed to go like an L shape. It's like supposed to be something like that. So yeah. And then just turn them out like that and move the foot up. So we'll do the same with this leg. Did that even go in? Of course it didn't, because this figure... there we go. Now what we'll do is we'll just accordion that downwards. We'll take the head and we'll move that. We'll take the camera and move that backwards. Flip that up. Turn him at the head. And then move his hands down and move it at the elbows. And here we have Hotspot in robot mode. So yeah, this guy is rather... well, it's a rather unique transformation, I'll give it that. There's not that many Transformers I can think of that spin at the legs 180 for transformation. Like this guy, Universe Inferno... and that's all I can think of. So, yeah. So, let's have a look at Hotspot's head. Then try not to cover my mic like I always do. As you can see, this head is very Optimus Prime-ish. He's got a mouth plate, and his head just looks like Optimus in general, but he looks rather stern and, well, if I just, also excuse my Pringles, come on, they're one of my favorite snacks, okay? Look, shut up, I like Pringles, okay, just shut up. But, anyways, going back on topic, normally I like to characterize Hotspot as a stern and serious warrior, like, not all, oh, we had to shave them, he's all, we had to save them, no matter the cost. Like, I make Hotspot rather stern in my headcanon. But anyway, speaking of the head, let's just see the articulation. So, the head can move. The arms can move on these ratchets. They can go out so he can T-pose as part of the transformation. He's got elbows and he's got sideways elbow action. As few Adams would say. He can move up the shoulder. There's no waist articulation. Bullshit. He can beautiful spread, as Jobby the Hong would say. Or he can curl up at the elbow, but that's for another mode, you'll see. Legs can move up that far, and he's got knees. He can move that back that far, so... and try not to untab the knees unless you really want this guy to have double knee joints. But anyways. So yeah, this guy is rather freaking posable, and let's just give Hotspot his weapons. I mean, just imagine all the poses you can do with this guy as I do this off camera. I mean, you see, that's one thing I freaking love about the Chug figures. Just so damn posable. It's not like the GoBots where they just lift up their arms and that's it. I mean, if you want to have this guy kneeling and shooting, you can. I mean, I remember, like, Beast Wars figures, they can be rather posable with their ball joints, but this guy puts them to shame because, well, I'm pretty sure, if I balance him the right way. Okay, maybe not, but it could be possible to get a chug figure to stand on one foot without any support. I haven't tried out any of mine yet, but... Now, normally I'll just end the review here, but we have a third mode, because if you know anything about Hotspot, he leads the Protector Bots, and normally the Protector Bots are combiners. Yep. Sadly, and you can hit the dislike button for this. I don't have any of the Protector Bots. Look, I want them, like, scalpers, okay? People scalp the Protector Bots. I can't find them right now for a good price. So, you'll probably not see a complete defensive for quite a while for me, but you can still see his torso. And to do that, we'll just do his head again, like so. We'll make him curl up at the elbows. For now, we'll take the backpack and just swivel it around. With the legs, just compress them back into the... Turn them at 90 degrees and compress them back into the fire truck mode if you can. Like so. So split that. What we'll do is we'll open up the wing bits and they'll plug into there. And this is where it gets crazy. You take this bit, you fold this back into how it was for the truck mode. You fold that around and you break that. Not actually, but you move that around. What you do is you move these bits down, turn that up, turn around at the head, and here we have Defensor's torso. Oh my god. Oh, and I forgot to move these bits down for the combiner ports, but this is Defensor. This is Defensor's chest. And that was some transformation to get to that point, eh? I mean, the ladder straight up reaches around his entire body to achieve this mode. I mean, how many combiners can you think of do that? I mean, many of the Combiner Wars figures who were torsos, they had these really unique things to get to the torso mode, like with Silverbolt and his remolds, Scattershot and Cyclonus, they straight up turned upside down. And with Optimus Prime or Motormaster, well, they didn't really do anything interesting, sadly. Although with Skylynx, I mean, Skylynx's Combiner Mode head was actually the Lynx head from the original Skylynx, so... But yeah, Hotspot and Onslaught, because this guy was actually turned into Onslaught. Yeah, so Hotspot, his remolds, Onslaught and Pyromagna, they all did this. This was rather unique. I'm not sure how Onslaught did it to turn into Bruticus, because he didn't have the ladder, but still, Hotspot and Pyromagna both had that really unique way of going into their torso mode, and I am just, if you'll just excuse me, I'm getting this guy back into his robot mode, so excuse the lack of a robot on screen for now. But here's a fun fact. As I said, this guy was retooled into Onslaught, and for Onslaught, the vehicle mode was reversed. Instead of having hotspots like these bits, you see, they're just little tab things, and that's actually the back of the vehicle. If you remember how these bits form the back of Hotspot's vehicle mode, they form the front of Onslaught's vehicle mode, and that's rather trippy. Anyways, if I just give Hotspot his guns, we can end the review right there. So, that has been my review on Combiner Wars Onslaught. Stupid Charlie. Oh, Hotspot, not Onslaught. But anyways, that's been my review on Combiner Wars Hotspot. So, do I recommend Hotspot? Well, yeah. Just like with Primal, this is one of my favorite Transformers figures. Just because he is so freaking posable. Like, you could have this guy kicking Onslaught in the nuts if you wanted to. You could have this guy in so many poses. It puts the GoBots to shame. Plus, the Defensor mode is amazing if you can find the other Protector bots for a good price. Oh well. But anyways, that has been my review on Combiner Wars Hotspot. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.